Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, your friend Corey. Today is a little bit more knitting. Look at how beautiful this is coming out. I knew I remembered how to knit. I'm liking how the stitches are coming out. I'm being very careful because I've had a couple times where I've started this over about 4 times. I'm going to be honest, it's been very frustrating. And I'm not perfect. I haven't knitted in ages, but I do know how to knit. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. Let's hang out. Okay, I'm just gonna move my leg here. Put it on the footrest. Good to go. So, this is striping up beautiful. This is Lion Brand's Ice Cream Big Scoop. I'm gonna tuck that there. Do a nice middle pull. And we're on our purl side here. So you get to see the pretty side. The purl side is the more lumpy side. This is a stockinette stitch. Wow, that's dry. That's better. Okay. It's a little weird. Anyways. Okay, going on this. My goodness. So, I'm going to kind of find a comfortable position, which is not always the easiest. I got a table right here that my elbow's on. And I found the last couple times my knitting needles clanging off the table, which is kind of loud. I don't really like that. I don't mind the sound of the needles rubbing against each other. That's quite alright. But I don't like it hitting the table with that end on there. Getting a nice feel for it. So it's becoming a little easier. So this is going to be a cardigan. Hopefully this will be enough, but I have a feeling we're going to need to grab another ball soon. I'll have it done for Christmas for sure. I'm debating about how to do the ribbing because I could do the ribbing with knitting needles. I do know how to do that. It's knit one, purl one. I used to make washcloths with knitting, and you would do rows and rows and rows and rows of knit, and then for your design, because I would do designs in them, like Superman symbols and stuff, you would do purl, do the opposite, so, or the other way around, whatever way you wanted it to go. I liked them, but didn't like them at the same time. I did a bunch of Batman ones, and they're all gone now. I don't know where they are. That was so long ago, like a good 10, 11 years ago. Well over 11 years. And made them all out of acrylic, so I didn't know better when I first was starting to play around with yarn. I thought acrylic would be good for washcloths or napkins at a birthday party. Yeah, nobody came to the birthday party really, so I got stuck with all of them. That's fine. They got used up and around, and now I don't have any left. I have one Superman one still floating. I had a Homer Simpson one. That one was funny. It was white. But because I didn't do any color changes, you really had to really look to see the pattern. I also knit a sack boy. So, I mean, I've knit a few things. Lots of scarves. Boy, have I ever knitted scarves. But I've never done cabling. It's intimidating to me, even with crochet. I'm just looking at it going, ugh, I'm not ready. And I probably could do it. Like, I'll be really honest there. I'm not going to beat around the bush and pretend to be modest. I think I could do it, but I don't know if I want to try it. I mean, that's okay, right? I should be able to make that decision at some point. And we're getting along here, about halfway through this lovely row. I'm finding they're going a lot faster. Hold on a moment. I feel like I've got some yarn barf coming here. We're stuck a little bit. Yeah, that's where we're getting stuck, right there. Yep. We got the start of a yarn barf. Okay. So I'm not going to be doing a ton of this knitting in the next few days. So I don't want to pull this all the way out and then stuff it back. That's just awful. Now I fully know that this could possibly happen with this particular yarn, but I like the center pull. I will willingly untangle this just to get that center pull because I find it's a lot easier to put it away after too. I thought that was coming out the bottom. I was like, no, don't do that. I don't like double starts. I'm only using one. Okay, and you decided that you were going to try to incorporate that guy? No, we're not doing that. There we go. There we go. That should work out a little better. So, intermission. And hopefully that didn't just pull that stitch too loose. That would be really, really upsetting. Tighten that up. And hope that stitch isn't going to end up being one of those really gross ones. Nope, looking good. Looking good. Because I was having problems where a couple of my stitches were just really, really loose. And I couldn't tighten them after, we were 5 rows in. It just was not working. Like, I like this yarn for the crochet, but I really think it's really good for knitting. Like, the stripes work out really, really nicely. So far, they've been pretty nice in their striping. And I don't know how it's going to work out with doing the front panel separately, but, I'm willing to give it a chance, and I'll find out as I go. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Get there when I get there, and I will deal with it when we get there. Because I'm not doing a V-neck or anything like that. I'm just doing straight up and down. Simple, with some edging, and possibly a couple buttons, maybe. I don't know if he wants it to do up. I'll have to ask him what he wants. But if he wants that, I'll probably just go with a couple simple black ones. Which I'll make the buttonholes as I go along. So I'll get one panel done and decide where the buttons go and just line them up. And go from there. Or put the buttonholes in the ribbing. I'll probably do that. But who knows? I'll see how it goes. But yeah, knitting is definitely an experience. Not the same as crochet, but it's really pretty too. Like, I like it. I do. There's definitely a tighter weave to it. So, I mean, it all depends on the effect you're going for, the style you want. Like, I wouldn't want this shirt knitted. Not at all. I need it to be airy and open. It's a summer shirt. And one of the best ones I've ever come across. I love it. Being that, I made it, so of course I love it. The colors just do it for me. They have such a Beetlejuicy vibe and Halloween all over them, and light cotton. I will not complain. Now we're flipping over to the knit side. So we want to knit. Get our knit on again. And you went inside my shirt. But we don't do that. Never had that happen with my crochet hooks. I'm just kidding. I like both. I just definitely have taken to crochet just a touch more. Regret not doing it earlier, because I would have gotten to make a lot more stuff. That's quite okay, I guess. I always admire crochet. I mean, I was in that generation that had, in the 90s, our fashion for our teenage years, we had these really large crochet, like pullover cardigan type things that you're supposed to wear over your grungy dresses, sundresses. I love the sundresses. Didn't really dig the crochet ones. Like, I wanted one, but I didn't want one. I don't know. They were almost flowery. It's kind of hard to explain. They were very meshy. You wore them over tank tops or your dresses. They were pretty cute, but I've seen cuter things than that. The ones in my area mostly came from this one store, and almost everybody had either black or white, and those were the only main colors. Yeah, I borrowed them from a friend, but I didn't really love them. They fell apart pretty fast too. So that was a bit of a disappointment, but they were really a messy crochet. Really messy. That's the best way I can describe it. I don't even think I could find a picture of them online or anything. I doubt it. I'm not going to bother looking. I might one day, just to talk about how they were made, because they were mass produced and they were just not what I wanted. I would have gone with something meshy over stuff, but something more like this, where it's maybe even more like my duster that I'm making now. So, myself from that long ago appreciates the finer things in fashion when it comes to fashion. And these are just so nice. I am loving this yarn. My young middle daughter is crazy about this yarn. She thinks it's like the best. She loves Lion Brand. She was laying on it and rubbing her face all over it and telling me how much she loves Lion Brand. It's like, I'm sure they'd love to hear that. 7-year-olds are obsessed with Lion Brand yarn. The little one just wants to be a yarn softener in our yarn factory, she says. That's why she keeps on tangling up my balls of yarn. Granted, I do get to keep giving her the same 3 ones to do. I mean, last time they were just in ball form because I just untangled them and put them in ball form. But she likes it when she can take it from a cake, because she knows she's seen me make cakes, and they both think it's the neatest thing to watch that thing work. So Mommy has to make more cakes. That's pretty cool. I might make a couple videos of doing up my mom's collection of crochet threads. She wants to get the cardboard out of them for storage reasons. Get a little bit of space here and there, and those cardboards take up a lot of space. So what I do is I take, what do you call them? toilet paper rolls, and I cut pieces off and just kind of roll them up so they're there to keep the crochet thread from collapsing on itself. And I've done it with a couple of mine as well because I have a little bit too. And it's just to keep it from collapsing on itself in storage because it's just sitting there. Because sometimes the cakes will collapse on themselves. Homemade ones anyways. Sorry, that was a really crazy itch. Almost done another row. See how fast they're going? Definitely prefer the metal over the plastic by far. I started with big fat plastic yellow and orange ones. I don't think we have them anymore. They just disappeared over the years. But I definitely lean towards these kind a lot more. Metal ones. I don't even know what kind of. Do you have a brand name on you? Arrow. Yeah, we got a lot of these ones. And the red tipped ones, I can't think of what name they are. I did try using circular ones, but they just really were not comfortable for me. I did not like the way they felt. And yeah, I wasn't very excited about it. Tried a couple swatches and it just was not working. The craziest thing I've been swatching was crochet too. To get the right size for my mom's project that I'm working on, I swatched with 4 different sizes of crochet hooks. I still got the wrong size, but I didn't realize that the pattern we had come up with wasn't going to work with a bigger crochet hook. So, not my fault. You live and you learn. Anyway, 2 rows on knitting. Thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.